But let's, of course, start with what is happening in the United States of America, where Washington and California have locked horns in what is now turned into a legal tussle. And the reason for this are the soaring egg prices. The Trump administration has now filed a lawsuit against the state of California, stating that California's animal welfare regulations are driving up egg prices for all Americans. Now, the lawsuit targets 3 key laws which mandate minimum space and living standards for egg-laying hens. Now, California requires all eggs sold in the state, even from other state producers, to comply with these standards. Now, the administration argues that this violates the 1970 Federal Egg Products Inspection Act, which calls for national uniformity in egg safety. The suit names Governor Gavin Newsom and other top state officials as the defendants. Now, according to the latest Consumer Price Index, the average cost of eggs is up by nearly 40% compared to this time last year. But experts are pointing to multiple factors, most notably the bird flu pandemic that has severely disrupted the supply chains of over 30 million egg-laying birds have been culled in 2025 alone to control outbreaks. Now, wholesale prices for grade A large eggs have surged by nearly 255% earlier this year, while retail prices have remained high due to slower adjustments at grocery shops. Now, despite a recent drop in wholesale values, supply remains pretty tight, and Easter demand could drive prices further up. Now, market analysts say that California's regulations may have caused a price bump years ago, but today's elevated prices are largely driven by supply constraints and strong demand. The USDA reports frozen egg inventories are down nearly 55% from last year, and yolk stocks are at record lows. Meanwhile, the Department of Justice is probing potential antitrust violations, though most analysts see no foul play. The rise in prices has even led to a 5-fold increase in plant-based egg substitute sales in 2025. So as the legal battle unfolds, the debate over animal welfare, federal oversight and food inflation continues to intensify in the United States of America. All right, now to give us more updates on this, we're joined in this broadcast by our correspondent Susan Tehrani, who's joining us live from New York. Susan, this is a case that's going to make global headlines. The price of eggs has gone up, and the Trump administration has taken the state of California to court over it. What is the price of eggs in the United States at the moment, and why is Trump administration blaming the state of California?
You know, about the price of eggs, at least here in New York, it's just fascinating to see how it ranges from about $3 a dozen to all the way to $7 or $8. I do remember that during the election season, this was really a hot topic, and egg prices were actually in 2024 a lot higher. But nonetheless, you know, this egg has just become this staple topic about how the economy is doing in the back of people's minds and public perception. And that may be one of the reasons why President Trump is going after California. Now, the administration is trying to, as you mentioned, roll back California's welfare laws. California says that this was put on the ballot and the people voted for it in California. And also it was recently upheld by the Supreme Court as recent as 2023. Nonetheless, now a federal judge is going to decide whether or not states can override federal laws. And if the judge goes ahead and rules in favor of the Department of Justice and the government, it'll really set a precedent on whether or not the federal government can ultimately, interfere in the state's animal welfare and ethics issues. And it'll set a precedent and possibly open the road for more lawsuits like this or the lack of.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Susan Tehrani, for joining us with all those updates there.